How'd practice go today? What did we learn?
It was good. It was good. Just went over a bunch of different stuff.
Anything specific that they were stressing about?
No, really. Just the same stuff that we normally do. It's execution.
Kobe, when you think back to the 2008 series, what's the first thing that comes to mind for you that you might be able to use in this series?
Well, I mean, there's things that we carry with us from the series in terms of how to play as a unit. Both ends of the floor, kind of tenacity that you need to play with. I mean, those are things that we learned from there that we still carry with us.
You talked about how the 2008 series spurred you guys to win the championship the next year. Anything from the 2009 championship that you guys carried into this year?
No, I mean, just the kind of the poise. I mean, last year's run, going to the finals, we had a lot of adversity. I think kind of the poise of playing through that and still getting to our ultimate goal, I think that's something we still carry with us. You don't really see us get rattled about anything.
Kobe, if challenged, how tough can this be?
It remains to be seen. It remains to be seen. I mean, when you're challenged, it brings out the best in you. So, we'll see.
Do you guys think you've disproven that narrative that you're not tough in 3 straight finals and winning a title?
I don't know. I mean, it's not something that we have to focus on. We have to focus on doing whatever it takes to win this series, and then I'll let you guys talk about the rest.
You look at last year's finals. How do you compare just the focus and mindset heading into that series against Orlando versus these last 2 days?
I mean, guys are locked in. I mean, I can't. To be honest with you, I can't really remember what it was like a couple days prior to Game 1 last year. Guys are focused, guys are still loose, but focused on what we need to do.
Kobe, you guys all know Celtics players from AAU, college, USA stuff, living out in LA, but is there any dislike between your players and their players?
I don't think so. Personally, I don't think so.
There was a point early in the playoffs when Andrew said he didn't consider himself a veteran because he hasn't been through enough and played through enough. What is this process of working through the knee injury for the playoffs done for him, do you think, as a player?
I think it helps him mature a lot faster. We have to play through injuries and still produce. You have to figure things out about your game that you otherwise would not have to figure out till that normally latter parts of your career. So I think it's advanced his development.
Are you impressed with just his determination, just his thing?
I am. And how well he's doing, considering how bad it is.
Kobe, how much do you expect to defend Ray Allen in this series, and the way he is Mr. Perpetual motion away from the ball is going to try and probably tire you out a little bit? Have you thought about that?
Not really.
How's that come into play, though, as far as you defending him and maybe switching off onto other guys?
For what? To like save energy?
Yeah.
My energy's fine.
Kobe, Rondo's a different type of point guard. What's the key in defending him?
I don't know yet.
Is there a point of emphasis against him?
I don't know. Not sure.
Is preparing for the Celtics versus what you just dealt with preparing for the zone with Phoenix? Can you compare what the difference is and how much is this easier for you? Is this in terms of how to attack?
Well, I mean, the big difference is you'll have somebody on your body all the time. Phoenix, you cut through the lane, move, and I feel restricted. Also, everybody have bodies on you all the time.
You talked earlier about Andrew and the way he's played through this injury during the playoffs. Is there anything that's led, I guess, to a team mentality for you guys or enhanced it the way you guys have all dealt with so many injuries this year more than the past few seasons?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't think anybody on our team has thought about it. Injuries is something that's kind of talked about more than we even talk about it. We just don't even discuss it. It's kind of part of the game. You figure it out and you go from there. It's not something that.
Kobe, how do you rate? I'm sorry. How do you rate your last series? I mean, looking at especially the last few games, is that as well as you've ever played?
Yeah, man, I played pretty well. I played good. I mean, I did what I needed to do to get us over the hump.
So what will you tell your teammates about how to keep their emotions intact with the history, the feistiness, and the pride that's at stake right now?
pretty easy for us. I mean, you know, we're gonna lose bunch. We know what's at stake. We'll be ready.
Specifically with Lamar's injury that he got, you know, his shoulder since the last time against Boston in the regular season, how's he fought through that?
And Lamar just keeps playing. I mean, all our guys do. I mean, you just play, just figure out things you can do, things you can't do. Just go.
Kobe, this is the first time Ron has been on this stage. Is there something you can tell him about it, or do you just have to experience it to understand kind of how different just the daily process is?
No, I don't. The thing that the biggest adjustment for him is, you know, all the media attention, probably. It's something that he hasn't seen in terms of being on this big stage. But, you know, the thing about Ron is he doesn't get distracted. He might get distracted by other stuff, but he doesn't get distracted about the game at all. You know, he locks in very well.
Kobe, in 08, it was the first time most of these guys had been to a finals, and then the next year you guys actually won it. It was the first time process for them, but obviously guys learned stuff from it. Has it been a different leadership, I guess, challenge or task for you this year with guys knowing more what to expect?
Yeah, I mean, it was different. I mean, last year it was very easy in terms of, you know, making sure everybody's moving in the same direction because of the tough loss we had. This year's been a little different. You know, but it's part of
How so?
responsibility. Well, you know, you just got to make sure the ship continues to move as one. You know, especially when you have adversity and things like that, guys can tend to disperse and, you know, go different ways. So you just got to make sure everybody continues to move as a unit.
What are you noticing from Phil as this has gone along? Do you notice that he's more engaged, more upbeat, more anything?
Same old.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't changed much at all.
You ever notice that how he sits in the coach's room before a game, big or small, and just works on his crossword or reads or something? You know that?
Kobe,
Keep saying that.
deep down inside, you've been here so many times. Is there a special kind of emotion feeling right now? Because you're not showing it. There must be something churning inside saying this is as good as it gets. Really?
I just want to win.
Kobe, is this something that you have to get from your reserves this series that you didn't get in the last series?
I mean, it's the same with our second unit. Every series and every game is execution. You have to execute. You have to execute defensively. You have to execute offensively. You have to do it together. I mean, that's consistent.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.